Yo, welcome to Hard Pass. I am your host, Jacques Slade. It's the show where we are totally okay with you shooting your shot like, Lizzo this past weekend when she may or may not have seen Karl Anthony Towns, aka number 32, for the first time.
Who are you cheering for tonight in this basketball game?
Let me tell you something, both teams are great. I'm personally cheering for number 32.
Karl Anthony Towns?
Maybe next time keep in mind that Staples Center seats, even the courtside ones, are not sanitary. Time for some scathing hot takes, but really they're just jokes we couldn't pass up, like this picture of Celine Dion hanging out with the Toronto Raptors mascot and flashing the world's largest championship ring. Didn't know Celine took her Carmen Sandiego cosplay that seriously. I like it. Former Nike employees putting up a number of samples on eBay, and they are super fascinating. They include an Air Force One with shock cushioning, an original mold of the Foamposite. I just want to know the story of how these got out of Nike's notoriously secure research and development building. Did he have to Mandalorian his way out of there like the samples were Baby Yoda? Special these samples are, yes. Oh, I even did the accent that time. That was good. All right. Congrats to DJ Khaled for being named Chief Creative Officer of Snipes. I can't wait to see what he has in store for the legendary actor. Does he get Wesley back in the MCU to pass the blade mantle on to Mahershala Ali? Can we get a White Men Can't Jump sequel in 2020 where Sydney and Billy are coaches at the Drew League? What about, not Wesley Snipes. Damn, I was kind of hoping Khaled would bring back Nino Brown. Not really, because that was an evil character, but still, you get what I mean, right?
No, I don't.
The New England Patriots may have been caught cheating again after a video crew following their advanced scouts was filming the field during a Bengals-Browns game, which just seemed highly unnecessary because it's the Bengals, and yet highly believable and petty because it's the Patriots. Like, if Bill Belichick was a hype beast, he'd be the type to show off his collection of rare Yeezys and Jordan samples while still finding the time to buy up every pair of GR Vapor Maxes at the mall just because he can. So the internet is freaking out over this $53,000 Mac Pro that includes all of the hardware upgrades and little bells and whistles like $400 wheels or the software you might want to run on it. I personally would buy one if I had that kind of money because editing Hard Pass ain't no joke, people. And I can't wait for this to be like the new status symbol in the culture. Like, can you imagine if we just saw this thing just rolling down the street in DaBaby's Bop music video? That puts a guy who wore the iPad like a chain to shame. So since it's the end of the year and everybody is breaking out their list of videos of what they enjoyed in 2019, I wanted to use this segment to honor a very special video game I played this year that's just warmed my heart. The Untitled Goose Game. Hold on. First available on PC and Nintendo Switch, it stars a goose whose sole purpose is to cause havoc in the neighborhood. It's like having Lizzo or Bill Belichick hanging out in your neck of the woods and just causing mayhem for no reason. Why? Well, why not? In Goose Game, there's no underlying plot of world domination or zombie apocalypse or even bad voice acting by NBA players.
Who have thought
About what?
that a young buck like you could actually do the right thing and avoid getting his sorry butt kicked out the game?
It's just a simple game where you annoy the people around you by stealing their stuff, scaring them, or forcing them into traps and hazards that results in belly laughs for days. I just found myself playing the game with a smile on my face for a handful of hours that it took to finish it. No environmental puzzle is too difficult, and the unbridled joy of watching your goose trick a lady into giving you a ribbon is not unlike the joy I felt playing video games as a kid. Is there some underlying subtext about why I enjoy this game so much? Do I secretly want to be this agent of chaos who just bothers people all the day in the most mundane of ways? Or maybe it's just because I've been playing games where the goal has been to pawn others, hoard swag, and just win, baby, that it actually felt good inside just to steal the gardener stuff so I can have a goose picnic by the lake. Following the video game industry and all its ups and downs can be stressful, even as a fan like me. If nothing else, the Untitled Goose Game helped me rediscover why we even do all of this in the first place. This is not an ad. I do just really like the game, so check it out if you haven't already. Now it's time for the heat check. That's not the theme song. I definitely need a more fire beat. I need a good song. All right, so this is the heat check with one or more weekends before Christmas. Here are some kicks you can cop for that special sneakerhead in your life. And P.S., if that sneakerhead is actually just yourself, it's okay. This is a very safe space here. First up, December 16th, we have the Adidas Yeezy 500 High. That one's gonna cost you $220. Kanye and Adidas are ending the year with a huge swath of Yeezy drops, including the first wide release of the High Cut 500. No word on if these will help you get in Chick-fil-A on a Sunday. December 19th, the Air Jordan 3 Animal Pack. sure, they kind of look like your uncle's couch from the 70s with the cheetah print that Lizzo should definitely not sit on, but it's an interesting look for the Air Jordan 3. Interesting being the very key word there. December 19th, we also have the Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Yikel. I believe I'm saying that right. Kanye's attempt at a multicolor is interesting. Like the Air Jordan 3 Anno pack is interesting, but I bet these are going to be super popular, especially the reflective version. December 20th, we have the off-white Nike Dunk Low. Those are going to cost you $170. So if you're a fan of Michigan or Ohio State or Cal Poly Pomona.
Yeah, go Broncos.
That's what the green and white is supposed to represent. While Virgil's off-white touches to these are not as pronounced as his original 10, I can see these taking off in 2020. You guys let me know what you think down in the comments.
Go Broncos.
And my pick of the week, we're not saying go Broncos. Pick of the week is the Air Jordan 4 Winter. Those are gonna cost you $200. The Eminem 4 comparisons fade after a look at these, but more than anything, I'm curious to see if these will sell out or sit in stores because the winter ready style and function could make them a sleeper hit for this holiday season. I'll definitely be grabbing a pair, but let me know what you guys think. Now it's time for this week's Hard Pass, where we take a look at something in the culture that just needs to go. Like this lady who told LeBron James to watch his mouth after Bron had some not so nice things to say.
Thing that of all the critiques you could have about Andrew over his career, he is always.
Actually, you know what? LeBron gets the hard pass because I've seen that look before. You've seen that look before. We've all seen that look before. When your mom or your auntie or your grandma gets that look, you best fall in line. Shame on you, Bron. Shame. Anyways, this week hard pass goes to all the sneaker brands out there who are still living in the shadow of the Air Jordan 11 holiday release. And yes, I'm including Nike and Jordan in this rant too. Over the weekend, the Air Jordan 11 playoff, or bread if you're nasty, dropped. And while there were unhappy customers because they weren't able to cop in store or online, it seems like Nike and its retail partners have mostly found their stride when it comes to their biggest single release day of the year. We've been joking about it for years, but the holiday Air Jordan 11 drop is a tradition now, like listening to Christmas songs the day after Thanksgiving or people being offended by the color of Starbucks cups. Ever since the 2008 countdown pack that included this same black and red colorway, we have been treated to an Air Jordan 11 drop in December, whether it's a new colorway or an OG revival. And despite the fact that we have seen the breads return 3 times since 2008, the Concords twice, the Space Jams twice, the Cool Grays and Columbia Legend Blue once, not to mention their various low-cut and IE offshoots, you would think that the excitement would fade just a little bit. But no, we're still lining up at stores, trying to work our connects and paying for bots from kids who think posing in front of a wall under retail Yeezys and a sports car they rented is cool. By the way, I like how these kids pose with those Yeezys the same way Kanye had Kenny G trapped in a room full of roses for Kim's Valentine's Day gift. Yeezy stands are serious, man. The only thing missing from early 2010s are the dudes who licked their newly copped 11s for the morning news. Although I'm guessing if I search TikTok hard enough, I can find somebody who licks Jordans for sport the same way this guy plays with his cholesterol for funsies. Yeah, that guy's my role model. Someday, I'm gonna tell my grandkids that was Guy Fieri, mayor of Flavortown. The Jordan 11 is no doubt iconic. I mean, it even says so on the, my bad. It used to say that on the box of the amazing slide out boxes these things used to come in. But in less than a decade, we've seen the 11 go from a once a year event like WrestleMania or when the Monopoly game would come back at McDonald's to quarterly, yeah, let's drop some 11s or do a surprise restock right before we have to do an earnings call type of event. We've seen so many 11s drop in the past 5 years that I can hardly keep up. Like, remember the Platinum Tent? Okay, that's a bad example because I bet you can still find a pair at your local mall. Okay, how about the Suede, the Win Like 82, the 72 and 10, the Midsummer Night Magic, the Pantone? One of those I just made up, but you're thinking of checking Google just to make sure, aren't you? Despite all of these Jordan 11s that show up throughout the year, the Christmas tradition has remained strong. You know what? Good on the sneaker community for knowing what they want and not letting some guy with a YouTube channel with 1 million or so subscribers and an ongoing existential crisis dictate how they are supposed to feel.
Are you talking about yourself?
I'm just disappointed that in the 11 years since the countdown pack, there hasn't been a real challenger to the throne during Christmas. Sure, this year Adidas is giving us multiple Yeezys dropping in December, and Nike might be getting back in the Christmas spirit with the retro of the Kobe 5 Chaos, but none of them have broken through like the Jordan 11, so it's quite possible we are destined to do this forever. In 2026, am I asking you to check out my unboxing of the Bread 11 Retro that you can watch in VR or on a hologram projector on your iPhone 17? There's nothing wrong with being able to refresh and get a new clean pair of a sneaker that we love every few years, but I have to put the onus on all of the brands that in the time since the Air Jordan 11, none of them have been able to create a sneaker that has been as impactful on and off the court. There was a time when I believed it could have been the Nike Air Foamposite 1, but they lost momentum when Nike Sportswear got greedy and tried to replicate the success of the Galaxy colorway with lame colorways like the Weatherman. It could be the Nike Air Mag, but I think they want to keep that special for Michael J. Fox's charitable endeavors to fight Parkinson's disease. It certainly won't be anything by Off-White or Supreme or any number of streetwear brands because the interest in their collaborations wouldn't survive the scrutiny of a yearly release schedule. Until then, I guess we'll be back here the same time next year, talking about patent leather cuts and the number on the back and the box that still doesn't slide out. Man, this is a sad way to end this segment. Let's watch some more videos of my king to cheer us up. Much better. Don't try that at home, kids. All right, that's gonna do it for the show. Thank you guys for watching Hard Pass. I'm Jacques Slade. I'll see you again next week for another episode, but not before I show you a bobcat jumping over a river. Peace.
But hunting is hard for a cat that's not used to getting its feet wet.